Hello and welcome to a special bonus episode of Allegedly Astrology. Each week we break down the astrology that happened during some of the biggest scandals and events in history.
Thank you guys for listening, and if you like what we do and want to support us to grow the show, you can subscribe to our Patreon. For $5 a month, you'll get 2 extra episodes.
A steal.
Oh my god, such a steal. Like, you know, inflation at Starbucks right now, it's much cheaper than a normal coffee. So you could also leave us a 5-star review and subscribe on whatever podcast platform you listen to.
And if you leave us a review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify and DM us a screenshot of that review, we'll make you a custom meme of your big 3 and then send you a quick write-up about it.
We also have cool Allegedly Astrology stuff you can buy on TeePublic, so go there, check it out, get something.
You can also follow us on social media, Allegedly Astrology on Instagram, Reddit, Hey Hero, and TikTok, and Allegedly Astro on Twitter.
And you can visit our website, allegedlyastrology.com, to learn out more about us, more about the show, book a reading with me, Dana, and check out some charts and transcripts from select episodes.
With that, let's get into today's topic. Dana, what are we discussing?
Today we're talking about the couple's news that rocked Twitter, the announcement of Khloe and Tristan having a second child.
Wild. We covered their roller coaster relationship in a previous episode, so if you want all those details, we'll link to the episode in the show notes, but here's a quick refresher. Khloe Kardashian and Tristan Thompson got together in 2016. Since then, they've had a child, broken up, gotten back together, broke up again due to Tristan's very public and embarrassing cheating, and then news broke that they're having a second child, a boy, via surrogate.
Yes. And when we last left off, it's been a minute, but it was season 4, and Dana made a few predictions for the couple, most importantly asking if they'd ever get back together. And Dana, let's just go over a little bit about what you said.
Here I am quoting myself. So they got together in 2016 when Jupiter was opposite Neptune, and this year Jupiter conjoined Neptune in April. And Jupiter's feeling good, and Neptune is delusion and inebriation. And so when these planets aspect each other, it's very big delusion energy. It's often fun, but also it marks a cycle that, may or may not be significant for them as a couple. Turns out it is, right? I also think that the reunion was a story that was contained. I said it was contained within the Gemini Sagittarius eclipse timeline. I was wrong. When the eclipse series ended, a major chapter of their story did too. Maybe the grand ending. It wasn't, right? Mars retrogrades in Gemini this year from October 30th through January 12th, 2023. And it will cross Tristan's natal Mars in Gemini 3 times. So that's 3 Mars returns. And so those exact dates are on September 29th, November 28th, and then March 2nd, 2023. And this could result in more stories or information about his infidelity.
Oh my God.
Since Mars is sex and Gemini is a planet of 2, so it could be sexual duplicity. It could also, it could be maybe, we don't know his rising, so we don't really know what houses Mars rules in his chart. It could be him getting his act together. Wouldn't put my money on it. Also, Mars retrograded in Sagittarius from Sagittarius to Scorpio in 2016. And so, Mars retrograding in Gemini, the sign opposite Sagittarius, also sort of has mirroring timelines to 2016, like I said earlier. So then also finally Saturn will conjunct Khloe's ascendant, and that won't perfect until January 23rd, 2023, but it did get there by a degree. It just didn't get to the exact minute. So Saturn is a planet of growing up, and I think I said in the episode that if she went back to him, it would be when Mars retrograded this summer. And although she's not going back to him, it seems.
Well, she is in a way. She's committing to co-parenting with him ×2.
Yes. So moving forward a bunch of months, seemingly out of the blue, news breaks that Khloe and Tristan have another baby on the way. A rep made the announcement by saying, "We can confirm True will have a sibling who was conceived in November." And that statement made everyone's world melt down. So what was going on, Dana?
So this was announced on July 13th, 2022. And on that morning at 11:37 a.m. in LA, I mean, everywhere there's a full moon, but that's what time the full moon perfected in LA. And so it's a full moon in Capricorn. Capricorn are the parents of the zodiac.
Oh my God.
I saw somewhere, I don't know if it was CoStar or another Sanctuary. It was another meme page that said if you want marry these signs if you want, and one of them was for Capricorn is to date your parent. And so I thought that was kind of funny. Also, full moons are very fertile times. They're about relationships. It makes sense to announce a pregnancy on this day. for those reasons. But then also the full moon was opposite Mercury and conjunct Pluto. Pluto's about secrets and Mercury is about communication. The full moon is about like revealing things. Pluto is also like about controversy. So it's like a very appropriate time to announce a controversial pregnancy, which I guess pregnancy should really ever be controversial, you know, but
yeah, well, pregnancy is controversial right now for many reasons.
But in terms of the Kardashians, they do invite, in the most trivial sense, they invite controversy in every form.
The whole chart being ruled by just Venus and Gemini, just like every motherfucker talking about it.
Well, you wait, because there's more with that Venus.
Oh,
Ooh,
cute.
well, we'll have to wait and see. But people were not thrilled about the announcement for a number of reasons. Some people felt that Khloe just didn't recognize that True already does have siblings. She has 2 half siblings from Tristan's side.
Yeah, because once again, the person said, we can confirm True will have a sibling. And, you know, the fact is Tristan does have a son, Theo, who's 7 months old with Marilee Nichols. And he has another son, Prince, who's 5 with Jordan Craig. So she has siblings.
Yes. Reddit was all over this, and they accused Khloe of trying to erase the fact that Tristan has other children. It probably wasn't the intent, but that's sort of how it came off.
Yeah. One thing we do know for sure is that this pregnancy was a huge secret. Allegedly, Khloe had kept this so tight-lipped that not everyone in her inner circle knew. She did this because she wanted to protect the privacy of the surrogate she was using. And also she wanted to put off the backlash she was going to get as much as possible down the road.
And she had to release it exactly when Chris said so based on some sort of publicity stunt, I'm assuming.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But apparently she wanted to keep the secret for longer. I mean, Kylie sort of kept a secret like the whole pregnancy. But the story was going to leak, so she had to rush to confirm the pregnancy before she was ready to announce. So obviously this is a very big day for Khloe and Tristan. And as of this recording, Tristan has not confirmed the baby news, but what was going on with their charts on the day of the announcement?
So Saturn retrograde is conjunct Khloe's ascendant, which is trine Venus, conjunct Khloe's moon. So Venus and Saturn were trine in the sky that day, and Venus in Gemini was conjunct her moon, which is a time when, like, Venus on your moon is, like, the sweetest time ever. You're, like, really, this is, like, good news, like, good things are happening in your life. Venus is the planet of, like, goodness and, like, love and attraction. And on your moon, that's going to be making your emotions feel good. And then with Saturn trining all that, which is on her ascendant, I think that she's feeling mature and she's feeling like she's making a good decision. And I also think that probably no amount of bad news could really have broken her spirit, I want to say, just because Saturn rules Aquarius, and so it's like not where it should be. It's like in the house it rules in her chart, and so, but it's also retrograding, so it's sort of, it could be like going back into behind her, right? But all in all, for her, I think that this is a day where she's excited, probably mostly for this news. And then we have Pluto conjunct Tristan's North Node in Capricorn, and the South Node conjunct Tristan's Pluto in Scorpio. So you guys know I love when this sort of like dual activation happens. It's my favorite thing. Mostly because it makes my job easy and it indicates a block of time where something significant will happen for that person. But it's interesting that the North and South nodes are both at play with Pluto because Pluto's the planet of power. And because I feel like this event sort of showed how much power he still wields over Khloe and also how little power he has to control public opinion of himself since he's such a dog in the past.
Well, once a dog, always a dog. But
sad. So, I mean, everybody is wondering, like, what the fuck is going on? Like, how could this happen? Why did this happen? And according to a source close to the couple, Khloe and Tristan had been planning for a second child together for a while, and the surrogate was already pregnant when Tristan's cheating scandal happened in December 2021.
Woof.
Oh, God. So that actually, knowing that, it adds such a new twist to that cheating scandal, because we just thought that they were trying to like reconcile a relationship. No one knew behind closed doors that they were actually trying to conceive another child. So I feel like the backstabbing for Khloe must have felt like so much worse, and also like because she couldn't share it. But I think it like makes him seem even more like a douchebag. But in case you're wondering why she wanted a surrogate, Khloe's sister Kim, she famously had 2 of her 4 children via surrogate, encouraged Khloe to do it. Khloe had been trying to get pregnant for a while, and then when that didn't happen, she decided to look into other options.
Yeah, on the show, Khloe had said that her doctor told her that if she did decide to carry a child herself, she would have a very high-risk pregnancy that would most likely end in a miscarriage. And a big thing about this story, too, is that even though there is a baby on the way, Khloe and Tristan are not back together. In fact, allegedly, they have not spoken unless it's to co-parent their daughter.
Yeah, I'm sure she wanted to give him another chance, and I wonder if she would have if that pregnancy scandal didn't happen. But Khloe seems to be on the path to moving on. She's apparently dating a private equity investor that she met through Kim. Yeah, like, don't date someone in the public eye. Khloe just had a birthday in June. She clearly has a lot going on. So let's go through her annual perfections for this year.
So Khloe was born on June 27th, 1984 at 10:55 p.m. in Los Angeles, California. She's in a third house, Aries Mars year. So this is a third house year. It's dealing with her immediate environment and her mindset, her perspective. Aries is the sign on that. So it's sort of like a very fresh start. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. Mars is the planet that rules Aries, so that's her time lord. Her natal Mars is in Scorpio in the 10th house of reputation. And also it's the house of mothers in ancient astrology. So I feel like not only is Chris sort of probably being like the marionette puppet controller behind this, it's also a year of motherhood for Khloe. And then also Mars will be in Gemini in her 5th house of children from August 20th, 2022 through March 25th, 2023. So that's 8 years of this year for her. And so due to a retrograde, which I already spoke about earlier in this episode. So she's going to have her, like, this year is going to be big child rearing for her.
August 20th, depending on when in November the child was conceived, it should be due right in around August. Wild.
Yeah, some people think the baby was born because she like left some trip on a private jet before the rest of her family.
Ooh.
But that's not been confirmed, but people have just noticed that she left early.
Wow. Well, it will remain to be seen. I'm surprised that they chose a boy, TBH.
She really wanted a boy. Like, it was like, she was like obsessed with having a boy. That's why when Marilee Nichols had a boy, it was like a stab in her heart because she was like, we're trying for looking back now, like she was trying for a boy with a surrogate.
Right. He only has boys with
except for
his
her
other baby mamas, except for her. Interesting. But yeah, I feel like Khloe definitely like is the ultimate Cancer. She loves being a mom. So if she wants to be a mom again, she should be. They
have every resource and they're basically like transhumanist in terms of what they've made themselves. They're like not human really. They're, half cyborg.
Yeah.
They're more powerful than the president. If anyone can do it, it's the Kardashians.
Anyone can do it. And Khloe can make this boy hopefully not shitty like his dad. Yeah, well, hopefully Khloe has this kid. It's nothing like Tristan except for maybe tall and
athletic.
Maybe athletic, but like, remember like that tweet said, what was the tweet? It was like, I have never heard of Tristan Thompson being in the news for basketball.
That was so funny.
Like, he's like just a standard NBA player. Like, he's nothing special. So the fact that like people even know who he is only because of his association with the Kardashians and him being a scumbag.
Khloe's athletic too. So she's a great, whatever. We wish them well.
We wish them well. I think it will work out. And hopefully Khloe's romantic life takes a more positive turn. And, she doesn't have time to fuck around anymore because she's about to be a mom of 2. So it should work out for her. Fingers crossed. But in the meantime, we are prepping for season 5 and we will be back shortly. But in the meantime, sign up for our Patreon. Links in the show notes. Please support us. We love you.
We love you.
And with that, I'm Elise.
I'm Dana.
And I'm Sarah.
And this is Allegedly Astrology.